Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, just look at me, and yes, so, let's talk about Thor, Love and Thunder. So just like every review I do, in the beginning I'll give you guys my non-spoiler review, but then after that, I'm a spoil. I got to watch it with my family, and to keep it short, I didn't like it. It was one of the biggest disappointments I have ever encountered. It was unbelievable how bad it was. Like, I thought, they couldn't fuck up a Thor movie, but they did. Like, guys, I was really looking forward to this movie. I was like, all right, MCU so far, like, I don't know where they're going. Most of the movies I just haven't been impressed by, but I know for a fact that Thor is going to be great. Like, oh man, Ragnarok was great. Like, they can't fuck it up, all right? Taika Waititi is going to be back to directing this movie. It's going to be great, but it wasn't, all right? So the action was bad. It all felt like generic action scenes. Nothing really impressive. There was one, but I'll talk about that later when I spoil it. But yeah, action wasn't that great. But just like Ragnarok, the best part is the comedy. The comedy in this movie is bad. Like, it didn't make me laugh out loud. It just made me, like, giggle a little bit. But it's like, haha, okay, like, all these, tiny jokes isn't gonna do it, alright? But some of the comedy is just like, did you really wrote that? It's just like, yeah, it's pretty cringe. The story for me, I thought it was just very boring and weak. Like, there was a lot of good potential, but it just seems like maybe the studio told him, can you not go any further than that, Can you change this, Because we're trying to align this to Phase 4, and if you do that, it kind of messes up the timeline we're creating. There was Gore. Gore was a great villain. He had a great intro, but after that, it was like, all right, we're just not going to focus on him. It's like, damn, he had a great story. Like, okay, that's a great reason to hate the gods. And they just didn't do much with him. It was very disappointing. And then there was Natalie Portman. She was actually pretty good. I liked their relationship. Like, I actually gave a fuck. But they kind of forced her to be more comedic, and that's when I thought, this is not really good. Like, I'm doing catchphrases like, please, don't say them, please. And the movie tried to seem smart. It's like, haha, yeah, she's not really good with the catchphrase, right? She's very bad. It's like, no, all right, this is just dumb. Now, Thor has evolved from the first movie to right now. He's a different person, all right? Now, what they did to him in this movie, it's like, okay, I could see what you're trying to do, but, like, the execution was just bad. Now, I will talk about more in the spoilers, but overall, I'm almost gonna, like, I'm struggling, alright? It's either a 5 or a 6. I'm just gonna say, I don't want to say 5.5 either, because there's just some stuff, like I said, I see a lot of potential of this movie being good, but fucking A, they fucked it up. Like, it did really felt like Taika Waititi was told not to do this, not to do that. It felt like, all right, then shit, what could I do? Like, I can't do nothing. So, all right, here's the best I could do, guys. Sorry. It's a 5.5 out of 10. So, yeah, that's my opinions. And, yeah, right now I'm going to talk about spoilers. So, get out. All right, so let's talk about spoilers. So, Gore, great villain. Had a strong introduction, but then they just didn't have scenes with him. Now, I've heard, like, they actually recorded a lot of scenes with him, but I guess, they wanted to keep it short. So like I said, the movie felt pointless because there wasn't really much improvement Thor had to go through. It was like, yeah, maybe he had to, find love and find meaning. But I don't know, like, this Thor doesn't really feel like it would be hard to find something. So I thought, alright, so if they don't got much to talk about Thor, then have more scenes of Gore. Like, I thought maybe there should have been more scenes with him and the kids he kidnapped, It's like showing that, yeah, he's not gonna kill them. He's just, kind of just fucking with them. Of course, he's not going to kill them because, he had a daughter. And, he can't, like, he's not that evil to kill children. Like, all he wants is just to kill Thor. And maybe there should have been scenes where Gore is, like, talking to the kids and, they're asking him questions, what is Thor like? And the kids are like, no, he's a pretty cool guy. And, Gore is kind of just like, he's kind of just like, maybe I'm hunting the wrong god. Maybe this god is actually good. But we get nothing like that. So at the end, Gore, wishes her daughter to come back to life instead of immortality. Now, I wish there were more scenes where he's kind of reminded the audiences, like, yeah, I really miss my daughter. Like, I wish I could, get her back to life, but I feel like this is the only way to make myself feel good is to kill all the gods. I wish there were scenes, showing off that, or scenes where this isn't Gore at all. This is just the sword is maybe corrupting him, making him think otherwise, Like maybe he doesn't really want to kill the gods. Maybe he just wanted to kill his god. But like the sword is telling him, no, you should kill them all. All right, so Jane. So I like the character. She was actually pretty good. I thought her scenes with her, dealing with cancer, they handled it pretty good. It was like a serious scene. I liked it because this movie was trying so hard to be funny, and it's like, can you just stop? Can we just be serious for a few seconds? I think their excuse of out of everybody in the world, billions of people, the Hammer chose her. Maybe the Hammer chose her because out of everybody in the world, she was the one that was the closest to it, like it was around Thor a lot. But why did it called now? Like, the hammer was broken since, Ragnarok, Like, why did it now was like, all right, it's time to choose somebody, and, I'll just fix myself up. I know I could have done that when I was destroyed, but, I'll do it right now. So Thor, Thor is the same lovable character we all know and love. He overcome his depression. He started working out and all that shit. And, he's basically the same character. He's trying to find meaning in life. But, overall, he's not like a shitty character. It's not like a character I wouldn't see him try to overcome this difficult obstacle, finding love. It's like, no, I don't like, it's not, I don't see too much struggle in him. It's just that struggle was her and Jane, because they have history, and they had I guess a harsh breakup. So Thor adopted Gore's kid. It happened. It kind of felt rushed, it was like, I wish it wasn't that quick to try to, look, at the end of the movie, they know each other and they love each other, all right, and now he's the father. It's like, no, I think a better scene would have been like, they both saw the people they love die, and now they look at each other and like, well, I guess we're family. I don't know much about you, you don't know much about me, but that's okay. And then they hold each other by the hands, and then they just walk to the sunset, not knowing what's going to happen after that. I thought that would have been a better and way more intimate scene. But no. So now let's talk about scenes. Like I said, the action scenes were bad. When they went to, what's that place? Olympus? I don't know, when they went to the Colosseum with all the gods, I thought that entire scene was just kind of just meaningless. But I did love Russell Crowe as Zeus. He was pretty funny, Also, he's not doing a British accent. He's actually doing a Greek accent. Wow. Now, that scene with Thor getting nude, man, I'm not gay, but the best action scene was when they were in that planet? Or it's either a planet or just a big rock, it was just orbiting, and, you were seeing, like, the sun and all that. That was probably, the best action scene there. Like, it had like a black and white filter, and it almost had like a comic book filter. I liked how it looked, but all the action scenes after that was just it just existed. All right, so there was this one scene where it was just the last straw. I was like, you know what? No, this is a bad movie. All right, there's no redeeming it. All right, I gave it as much time as it can to show. Oh, maybe this is not a bad movie. No, that's it. It was that scene with Heimdall's kid, and it was like, a hologram just came and right in front of our faces, and it's horrible CGI. I was like, no, that's it. Like, this is a bad movie. All right, like, I don't know, like, I don't know why, But when that scene came up, I was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Like, it felt so random because it's like, oh wait, this kid face came in. Now he's saying, oh, that's Heimdall's kid. And I was like, what? Like, when did he had a wife and kids? Like, man, all right, this movie is just said fuck it. We don't give a shit. That's when I was like, you know what? No, this is a bad movie. I hate that scene at the end where you get these kids to fight these monsters, and in my magic of being just a god, I can turn these kids as powerful as me. It's like, no, this is just dumb. And it's like, oh, man. Oh my god. It's like they have to have a big ending. That's like every Marvel thing. Or any, Hollywood action movie. It's like, oh, we have to have a big action scene at the end. Oh yeah, the post-credits. I only saw one. I'm not sure if there's two, because after the first one, I was like, alright, you wasted my time. So, Hercules was revealed. And that entire, thing is just like, okay, this was not worth the wait. So I hated that. Yeah, like my family was already like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. So there was a lot of people saying that maybe an extended cut will be coming, in DVD or in Disney Plus. Now, would that save the movie? In the past, I would have said no. Because, I said the same thing with the Zack Snyder cut. I'm like, no, there's no way you could, save that movie. It's like, oh, how about we just change the windows from a burnt house? It's like, yeah, that's all we need to do to make the house look prettier. It's like, no, it's all burnt. What the fuck? What can you recover from this? So I ate my own shit. It's like, oh wow, you can actually save a movie with just editing. So yeah, I really hope, there's an extended cut to save the movie. Like, they didn't want to make the movie too long, so they just cut it short and removed a lot of scenes that could help the movie. I don't know. So, yeah, I hope that's true. And hopefully, when it comes to Disney Plus, there will be an extended cut. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. But, yeah, man, this was a disappointing movie. Like, how... This was a Thor movie. I was really looking forward to this movie. Like, I was like, all right, time to watch action film with some laughs. They failed on that. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hopefully the Taika Waititi cut